Hey guys, what is up? My name is Matthew Smith. Thank you for joining me. I'm part of Total Fitness Podcast, and today for the Friday talk, I'm going to be talking about action versus inaction. So just a little short video because the problem is with what we've been going through, and I'm saying we as in like everybody who is in fitness or is trying to get into fitness with COVID and that, you kind of have the issue of you don't have a gym, you don't have the motivation to work out, you don't have the motivation to diet necessarily, and now that the gyms are starting to open back up, you still probably, you want to get back in, but it's also not the first thing on your mind for some people who it's not like, their lifestyle. And for a lot, the diet's still an issue, the inability to know what you should be doing in the gym, all that sort of stuff is scaring people, and it's causing them to lose some motivation and a little bit of dedication, unfortunately. So what is the purpose of this talk is just kind of go over, action versus inaction, speaking and walking the walk versus speaking and just talking the talk. That's basically it. So you hear a lot of people on Instagram or Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is, or your friends or family, and they're always like, yeah, I can't wait till the gyms open back up. I'm going to start killing it right away. And there's two things wrong with that. Unless you've been kind of working out this whole time with actual weights, dumbbells, barbells, whatever, if you go and kill it per se, you are probably going to burn out really quick and injure yourself. You kind of have to just ease back into it, let your body get used to it. It's not a race, it's a marathon, right? It's a hard issue because you want to get right back to where you left off, but it's not going to happen. You have to give yourself a bit of a month and a half to kind of get back to where you were if you kind of had some time off. And what about the people that, resistance bands and that? It's the same thing. It's different movements, it's different weights, it's different strength. You're not going to look the same. Your body has to readjust to the weights. It has to readjust to the schedule, the training, the sleep, all that sort of stuff. Now, for people who have trained, then completely stopped, and then trained again, what I'm hearing a lot of, especially from, people that I've trained is, oh, I've gained weight. I can't wait to get back in the gym to lose this all. I need to get right back to my body that I was at, 4 months, 5 months ago. And the problem with that is, you're just going to get discouraged because you're at the point where you're like, in your mindset, you got to a certain point. And it should be easy enough to get back to that certain point. But when you think about it, how long did it take you to get to that point? It could have taken you up to a year. It could have taken you 2 years, 3 years. I'm not saying 5 months of inactivity is going to lose you all that long-term, 3 years of actual training and dieting. But you'd be surprised how much muscle you could lose, how much fat you could gain if you were really not paying attention to what you've been doing. So for the average Joe per se, trained up until COVID happened, completely off, and then now they're ready to get back into the gym and ready to lose all this weight again, gain all this muscle again, all that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, you kind of have to take it a little easy. You still have to take action. You can't just be inactive and not do anything, but you still have to take it easy because if you don't, you're going to end up burning out. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to get discouraged because you're not seeing results fast enough, all that sort of stuff. So going back to my main point of the action versus inaction. So I should have worded this more as, the talk versus walk the walk, right? Get in there, definitely. Obviously, get some work done, get some workouts in. Do not just let yourself sit at home and say, I'll go tomorrow, I'll go the next day. It's more of a process now. You have to book an appointment. You have to schedule a time. You're only allowed an hour. You're not really allowed to talk to people. You might have to wear a mask. You can't really shower there. Your whole routine might be screwed up. So it will be harder for those who, aren't necessarily as dedicated to people in the fitness lifestyle to actually get back into things. But that's the thing. You have to take that action of booking, of going, of working out and doing that every single day. Or, if you're only allowed in 3 times a week, some gyms have different rules, whatever. Build up that progress so you're back into the schedule, you're back into the routine of things and actually taking action and pushing yourself forward so you can progress and become the better you. Whereas the inaction or the talking, I will do this, but I missed my appointment schedule. I wanted 9 a.m. and they only had 10 a.m. Okay, great. What about the next day? Or what about any other time in the day? I'm sure you're working from home. I'm sure that, some of you aren't working. So you should have the time of the day to pick any time of the day. If you are working from home, maybe you're going to have to change your workout schedule. You know, you used to work out first thing in the morning. Great. Unfortunately, now you have to work out mid-lunch, mid-afternoon, or dinner time. It's what it is, but you need to get it done. You can't just sit home and be inactive and just keep talking and say, yeah, I'll do it later, or I'll do the bike, or I'll do a walk tonight, or, you know, I'll start my diet tomorrow, or, you know, all the excuses you've heard before. So don't talk the talk. Actually do what you say you're going to do, but don't overdo it, because that will probably get you discouraged, leave you discouraged, and that's not the right mind frame to be about. The other thing I wanted to dive into a little bit, was going a bit more in depth of the mental health side of things, or just your mental image of yourself going back in. I kind of already talked about this, but you're not going to be the same. You're not going to look the same. You've been off for 5 months. Unless you've been extremely lucky and had access to a gym for that whole time, you are going to be fluffier. You're going to be a little more bloated. You're going to have a little less weight or muscle. All these sort of things. Your cardio might suck a little bit unless you've been running every day and you never ran before, right? There's certain aspects that are going to improve if you've been doing stuff, and there's certain aspects that are obviously going to be diminished. Obviously, that's dependent on what you have been doing or what you haven't been doing, or what you did before and what you didn't do before. So don't get discouraged, because I know a lot of people will. They don't see the results fast enough. They wish they were 5 months ago where they were 3 times a week, and they're hating on themselves because they wish they never stopped working out, and they lost all that progress that took them so long to do, and they're back to square one. Unfortunately, yeah, that's the case for a lot of people. It's what it is. As many people have said before, as myself and my co-host Walter have said on this podcast many times before, it's a race, or sorry, it's not a race. It is not a race, it is a marathon. Just like, Rome wasn't built in a day, all that sort of stuff, right? However, it can be destroyed in a day, so don't go off diet too hard. Don't beat yourself up too much, because that will just send you deeper into the hole that you might already be in or just on the edge of, and then you're taking no action whatsoever, and you're inactive, you're not doing your diet, you're not training properly, and it's going to take you a lot of processing to get back to taking some action, getting back in the gym and doing something. That's all I have to really say today, guys. Just a quick video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, as well as comments. This is going up on Instagram as well, so if you have any questions, please DM me in the comments. Leave your question in the comments. DM me, Matt Smith_fitness. You can DM Walter Young, Walter at your service, or you can just message us on the Total Fitness page where this is going on to. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Take care, guys.